Oh, crap. Battery's dead. Fell asleep with it on again. This is when dual batteries really comes in handy. So like car camping, overlanding, camping in general, or you just want to have a dual battery setup for isolation of your engine starting, your car's headlights, and anything else that's a factory wiring setup, so you can run stuff like a refrigerator, inverter, a bit larger sound system, or like me, you kind of want a little bit of everything. So today I'm going to show you what I did for my dual battery setup. As you can see, I don't have a fridge, a lot of accessories really. Pretty much I just want to have that peace of mind, like if I wake up and find out my main engine battery is dead, I can still start up and get home when I'm in the middle of nowhere by myself. And also I like to tinker with things, and it gave me something to do. First thing I did years ago was I made this switch panel. I had some leftover switches from a old marine circuit panel. So these are all used marine grade switches. Eventually I wore off the fog light boot. I just haven't bothered replacing it. It's not like I get rain in here or anything, so it's fine where it's at. That panel has its own wiring harness, and that runs through this little bit of looming that's going to a band-aid fix it. Originally my battery used to be up here, but because turbo and charge pipe in progress, don't hate, it works. So got this cable. I have a Chrysler 300. You can also find it in a Dodge Charger and possibly the Dodge Magnum. Not 100% sure on that one though. It's a 1-gauge cable, the silicone jacketing, and I ran that back to the dual battery setup. So as you can see, it's still a work in progress, but this is where I keep my batteries, under the bed. There's no tie down or a box yet. Originally, all I had was this Duracell battery. It's a Platinum series or Ultra series. I haven't decided which one. Two different stickers on the top and from the side. But it's an AGM battery. I got this for a starting battery and something that could handle some drainage for when I just run some lights or the inverter or something with the engine off. Recently, I got the Odyssey Extreme series. I got it second hand, but it's a good deal, so I went for it. They have those connected through a relay and a circuit breaker using marine grade 2-gauge cable. One of the things I like about the circuit breaker is if I want to have this battery disconnected even if the relay is on, I can just press the little red button and it's disconnected. And just like that, it's back again. The relay is a constant duty relay. This can handle being on for a long period of time. The cable from before, it's going from the engine bay. It's the Chrysler end on it. It has a smaller gauge wire that goes to the fuse box in the Chrysler 300. The cable's really easy to get out. Undo a bulkhead connector at the firewall in the passenger side footwell. Undo that little wire from the fuse panel, and it pulls right out the back. There's nothing holding it in. It's only 25 bucks or so, at least at my junkyard. Cheap, quality, looks like a factory piece. Good enough for me. It's back here in the back of the vehicle. Got a Blue Sea Systems fuse panel. The power for the switch panel comes through here. So I have the power coming in from the batteries, goes to the fuse, and up to the panel. Now, because I have some things that go forward, I didn't want to run a wire all the way back here to this fuse panel, then all the way back to the very front of the vehicle like the fog lights. So they have their own little fuse section up front in the engine bay. Saves on wiring and less chance for something to go wrong. So back here, I also have my solar charger controller. It sucks. It kind of works. I'm not really happy with it, so I'm going to get rid of it. But it's better than having the full sun 17 to 19 voltage that comes directly out of the panel. Here's why I say it sucks. Right now it's saying 11.6 volts. That's what it's charging at. That's obviously not enough. So if I pull the fuse to it, now it's back to the optimal charging, 14.4. So it comes in, there's nothing to connect it up here directly to the battery. Now there's a load on it, automatically drops down to 11.6. So, well, I think it's working. I really can't tell. I usually don't have my battery low enough where I can notice a difference. I don't see a voltage increase. It's always low because it's always at a low voltage. So I guess if the battery was really drained, then it would come in handy. But if you're gonna get one, just go spend the money and get a good one. The NPPT charge controllers, not these pulse width modulated ones that are PWMs. The last piece of the puzzle is this solar panel. It's attached to the factory roof rack cross braces. Just drilled a hole, ran a bolt up through the bottom. A piece of vinyl tubing to isolate it and level it out. It's kind of a soft mount too, so it's not taking up all those rigid vibrations. It's not like it's going to make too much of a difference. And it puts out, I think, 3 amps. Basically, it's like a trickle charger. So even though I don't use this vehicle very often, I still have a charged up battery. Thanks for watching. That's my dual battery setup. Like, subscribe, comment below if you have any questions or if there's something you suggest I should do differently.